everyone, my name is Trooper and welcome back to another video. Today I'm showing you guys the new easiest, quickest and best way to set up and manage your brand new FiveM server in 2026. And that is using something that I've been working on a long time with my company HD Network called HTN Panel. This will literally transform your PC or whatever device you're running it on into a super powerful local game server console to manage a bunch of other games, not even just FiveM. But in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up a FiveM server using it. And trust me, you're going to be amazed at just how easy this makes your life. So first things first, head down in the description below and click the first link. Well, that'll bring you right here to our site. Have a look at our site, go through, and it will explain everything. But basically, this is going to change the game when it comes to server hosting, and especially FiveM server hosting. This is a complete rival to AMP or to Pterodactyl. It will literally turn your system into a game server hosting powerhouse, and it's super easy to use. It's just an intuitive application. So to set up a FiveM server, what you guys want to do, head to our website down in the description below and download the application. To download the application and to get signed up and to use it, it's entirely free. What you got to do, go on over to the About page and just click Download HTN Panel. It'll pop up and ask you where you want to download the exe. Put it on your desktop if you want, click save, and it will download you the exe. And that is going to be the HDN Panel application itself, which you can see on the site. There's a bunch of different previews, and especially on the home page, we've made this really cool section so you can see how everything works. But now you've downloaded the application, all you guys want to do is minimize to your desktop and find where you put that exe. Mine is right here. So what I'm going to do is double click the exe. My screen will go black. Then it will pop up with a HTN Network panel setup wizard. This is just installing the application, just like you would any other exe. All you got to do is hit install, and it will go ahead and install the latest version of HTN Panel for you. Once you've done that, just make sure you click Run HTN Network Panel and then click Finish. From here, it should boot up the HT Network application. And if there are any updates available, as you can see for me there are, it will make sure it updates it automatically for you, and then you'll be greeted into the panel. Once the application has booted on up for the first time, it's going to ask you to sign in to your HT Network account. Obviously, HTN Panel is a product by HT Network, so it all links to the HT Network ecosystem. You can run your VPSs with it, you can run your server packages with it. Everything is controlled in the HT Network ecosystem. So make sure you log into your HT Network account. If you don't have one, very simply click sign up, and you can actually go ahead and sign up through the app, and you should be able to log in straight away. But let's go ahead, sign into our account, and we should be greeted to the HT Network panel dashboard. And there you guys go. Once you have signed in to the panel, instantly you'll see our really intuitive dashboard. On the dashboard, you can see all of our latest news. You can see the uptime, total players saved this month, which is how much money you're saving if you were to be running these servers on other alternatives like game server hosting. You can go to our store, manage your servers, and go to all of your guides. But I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up a FiveM server. So what you need to do is head on over to the store in the app and find yourself the FiveM server section. Give it a click and you should be able to see a nice little overview of everything here. When you do buy this, it's going to be £4.52 a month, which is way, way cheaper than any other FiveM server hosting alternative. And with this, you get full server control through the application. You get to allow developers remote access into the application to manage your server. And you also get automated backups and updates. You get sub-user management. And of course, you get support from HT Network. I'll even leave a discount code down in the comment section or the description below, which will give you 50% off your first 3 months. So go ahead and purchase the FiveM server HTN Panel hosting. And once you've done that, all you got to do is head on over to your library, and you should be able to now see you have FiveM server as a game to deploy. So from here, you're going to see just how easy it is to set up and run a FiveM server with HTN Panel on your own PC. So I'm going to select FiveM server. If you have a HTN Network package, you can set it up through here. Or if you want to completely replace TXadmin and use public community frameworks, you can. So we're going to do some public community frameworks today. These are entirely free. You don't need to pay any more. Just select public/community frameworks, click continue, and from here, you'll be able to select from CFX default, QBcore, QBox, and ESX, just like you can with TXadmin. I'm going to go ahead and set up for now a default FiveM server. And then I'm going to click continue. From here, it's going to ask us to set up our server details. So for your server name, it could be anything you want. I'm going to do Highway Troopers server. Obviously, you can set yours to your RP name. From here, it's going to ask for your FiveM cfx.re keymaster key. So just grab that and paste that on in. There you guys go. And then it's going to automatically fill in the correct port for your FiveM server, which is 30120. You don't need to edit that. But if you do want to edit it, it will let you actually run two FiveM servers at the same time simultaneously if you change it to a different port, which is really, really cool, and all managed through the panel. Then for the installation path, I'd recommend just leaving it as what it's set to by default. But if you want to set it up somewhere different, maybe on your desktop, for example, you can select your desktop, select folder, and you should be good to go. But let's go ahead and install the server, and you'll see just how quick it will do this. So all we got to do is click install server, and there you guys go. It's setting it all up for us automatically on our own PC, and boom, that is it. We have just set up a FiveM server on our own PC like that. And you're instantly greeted to the HTN Panel dashboard for managing your server. You can see your CPU usage, your RAM usage, your network usage, your storage, and your server info. And then on the right-hand side, we have our server console. And at the top here, we have the start button. We can delete the server and we can manage server settings. So let's go through all the different options we have here. First of all, let's just see what it looks like when we start our server. If we give it a click, you will see it's booting our server up. We don't have to worry about the server console like you normally would if you were running a server manually on your own PC. It all shows you through the app, and you can full screen it if you want. You can run admin commands, and you can see everything here that you need to. You can see it's authenticating with my cfx.re account, and the server is ready to go. And then you can see now the uptime, the CPU usage, and the RAM. The really cool thing about these CPU usage and RAM usage and network usage is it actually pulls exactly what the FiveM server on your PC is using, not what your whole PC is using. This is just what the FiveM server is using on your PC, which you can see is literally next to nothing. That app is super well optimized. And then of course we got our server info. We got 32 slots. We're using port 30120, and we've been up for about 44 seconds, 47. Now let's have a look at the file manager. We've made it so you literally don't need to leave the app. You can go through here. You can upload files. You can add new mods. You can create new files, you can make a new folder, and you can also edit files. So let's say we want to edit our server.cfg, we'll just find that in our server data folder like we would normally, right here, and you can preview it, you can click edit, and you can go ahead and, for example, ensure a new folder, and then all you got to do to save those changes is just click save. And when you restart your server next, everything should be good to go. Another really cool thing to touch on that we have included with this is backups. Say, for example, you guys do add a new mod and you're not sure how well it's going to go. You're going to change a bunch of things. Obviously, there's a good chance you break your FiveM server. However, not anymore. All you got to do before you add that mod, click create backup. You can create a backup of your entire FiveM server before you added that mod. So let's say before mod, we'll click create backup, and then it will go ahead and create a backup of our entire FiveM server for us, and we can roll back to it if something does go wrong. And there you guys go. Here you can see the backup has been made. We've got a new backups tab, and you can see everything here. We've got a backup for Highway Trooper server. It says the data is created, how big it is, how many files. It shows you the different files included, and all you got to do is click restore backup, and it'll take you straight back to that perfectly working server that you had before. Or say, for example, you want to use these backups to transfer your server to a different PC. If you just click download zip, it will then go ahead and let you download that entire server onto your PC to copy it across to somewhere else. Really, really cool feature that we've added. And of course, you can go ahead and delete it if you want to as well by clicking the bin. Another thing to touch on, this is something we worked really, really, really hard on. I don't think there's anything else out there that has this. One of the biggest problems that a lot of you guys face when you do run a FiveM server on your own PC is not being able to let people access the server on your PC without having them remote desktop into your own PC, which is super, super unsafe. But by using the HTN Panel remote access, we've removed that. That is going to be no longer a problem of local hosting. So if you follow these instructions, you'll then be able to give people access who also have HTN Panel, and they don't even have to own a game server to do this. They will be able to log into your server and they will be able to stop and start it. They'll have access to this exact panel, but on their end. They'll be able to go into your file manager. They'll be able to add new files, create backups. They'll be able to edit files. and they won't be able to access anything else on your computer. It is literally just exclusively localized to HTN Panel. Say, for example, you're out of the house, you've left your server running with your friends, they can remote access in using this feature and restart the server or add a new mod. Best bit is as well that you can actually configure what people can do. Let's say we want to add a new user. You can see we can restrict them from being able to add files if we don't want them to, or delete files, edit files. You can make it so they can't or they can stop and start the server, restart, and of course edit server settings. Nicely moving on, let's take a look at the server settings page. So we give that a click. Here you can reconfigure everything. You can change your project name. So let's change the name so it displays as Highway Troopers server in the server list. We'll do the description for awesome RP. Boom. Obviously, the local, we'll just leave that as its default. If you want to change your max players to 10, so we can get early access to closed streaming with FiveM for free, there you go. Or we can change our server tags. We can update our game server build. Here, you can actually toggle on and off OneSync just by using a button without having to edit your server.cfg. You can also toggle OneSync legacy mode if you wanted. And of course, here you can edit your license key if you need to change it to someone else. You can put in your Steam Web API key, an RCOM password, and there's also some simple settings like allowing scriptbook just in the click of a button without having to actually manage your server.cfg. And all you'd have to do is click Save Changes, and it will make those changes for you in the server.cfg, which is really, really cool. Another thing to touch on is we're slowly adding more and more free mods, but when you do deploy a CFX default FiveM server, if you click this little tab right here, this will take you to available modifications page, and you can actually one-click install vMenu into your FiveM server. You guys can see a really nice install flow, and boom, we've just installed vMenu into our FiveM server. If we give it a restart, you should now see that vMenu is now installed into our server, which is super, super useful. And as time goes on, this is only just released. We're going to be adding more and more free mods that you can install with any HTN Panel FiveM server hosting. There you guys go. That is pretty much all of the features of HTN Panel right now. But just to go into a little bit more detail what HTN Panel can do, you can set this up on a Windows VPS. It doesn't have to be on your own PC. It is a replacement to people having to set up pterodactyl to local host servers with a nice UI. It's a replacement to the old outdated applications like AMP Control Panel. And you can also set up a bunch of other games as well. So for example, if you go to the store, right now you can also get a BeamNP server. You can get a Minecraft server. You can get RedM. You can get Hightail, and soon we're going to be bringing out some game passes. You guys can see right here a little preview of what they'll be like, and you can get a bunch of games bundled together for one monthly cost, and it's going to be way cheaper than your typical hosting options. Another thing we're working on is the marketplace. This will let you guys upload your own mods for all the games available to HTN Panel that you guys want. You can upload the mods, you can sell them if you want, you'll get full commission. This is going to be a complete community for local hosting game servers. And we're going to be adding more and more games to our library as time goes on. There's a good chance we'll make it so you guys can actually add your own games too. But let's go ahead and join our FiveM server. It's running. I'm going to show you guys just how easy it is now and just show you guys that it is indeed working and we should be good to connect to this server. So let's go ahead and boot up FiveM and connect to the server on our PC. And there you guys go. We booted up into FiveM and you can already see our server is there to connect under browse servers. If we give that a click, you should see, there we go. We are connecting to our FiveM server that we just set up on our own PC entirely automatically using HTN Panel. And you should see that we're going to load in perfectly fine. There you guys go. We've spawned into a very basic CFX default FiveM server, but of course you can deploy ESX, QB-Core as well. And you have the ability to, of course, with no restriction, go ahead and mod your FiveM server however you would like, and you haven't had to use TXadmin whatsoever to do this. This completely eliminates TXadmin. You no longer use it anymore when using HTN Panel. The benefits of HTN Panel is it ties into all of the other HTN products like our VPS hosting, our DDoS protection. It's all going to be super easy to manage all through this one place, and of course it completely eliminates having to manually set up and manage a server on your own PC, hopping between File Explorer and then your TXadmin dashboard. All of that is now gone. Hope you guys did find this video useful and informative of our new HTN Panel. We've worked really hard on this, so I hope you guys do give it a go. Make sure to use the discount code down in the description below. You can get 50% off your first 3 months of FiveM server hosting with HTN Panel. Give it a go. Let us know what you think, and make sure you guys do stay tuned because there's going to be a lot more updates for HTN Panel